What is going on, and welcome to Dan Dan's Perspective. In today's video, I'll be talking about the newest movie released from Disney Pixar, Hoppers. It is now out in theaters. And before we get started today's video, be sure if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and also leave a like on this video as it helps. Feel free to do so. Let's go ahead and talk about Hoppers. So before I talk about my thoughts on Hoppers, I do want to briefly talk about what this movie is. So it really is another new Disney Pixar original that we have been getting over the years since post COVID after the Disney Plus streaming movies, Soul, Turning Red, Luca, and then after that, since Lightyear, the Pixar original films have been not the strongest and the brightest. I know Elemental was a sleeper hit that got really good word of mouth, but of course, we had Elio last year, and I knew it wasn't going to be a box office sensational considering that the original and the quality felt did not feel right with this movie. But going to Hoppers, I didn't find the trailers that they put out there just interesting, or it didn't entice me at all to really check this out. I was kind of waiting to see what the word on this movie is going to be like, but I kind of heard the reactions have been really good. The reviews are very strong. It's currently holding a 94% around tomatoes as I last checked as I recorded this video, which really is really good. I mean, for original Pixar, that has never been achieved in such a long time. I know we had Inside Out, but for the original Pixar, this is a great win because they need us so badly, and we are here talking about Hoppers. So last weekend, it was like my last week. It was my birthday. It was on this past Tuesday, and that weekend coming up was The Bride and Hoppers. So I had like two choices, and I wasn't gonna do a double feature, unfortunately, due to like the circumstance. But I had to pick. I had to pick between The Bride or Hoppers, and obviously went with Hoppers, considering the great buzz on it. And boy, this movie proved me so wrong, and I'm really glad I made this best movie decision I ever done in like movie career wise to movie going. And this surprised a lot. So with that said, I really thought Hoppers was a blast. I thought Pixar nailed this movie so efficiently. And since, not to mention, they don't usually have the sauce with these original movies since the 2000s, since Toy Story began. And it took a while, long years later, to finally find the right movie to feel just like an original amazing Pixar film. And they finally achieved it with Hoppers. I know Pixar's been back for quite some time since the sequels have already done with Inside Out, like I said. But for real, this original Pixar just feels right. It's not only fun, it was a blast. It brings heartful, emotional to the story, to the characters, like they always do. But the one thing I really thought it was pretty fun, and I never expect this movie to have, is the amount of absurd, unhinged humor this delivers. There's a few scenes that got the theater laughing in my end, and I'm pretty sure everyone else's. But even some of the scenes, like the emoji phone, for instance, where I think one of the animals, tapped the phone and it goes like heart, heart, beaver, beaver, something like that, just to give an example. I thought it was pretty fun and it didn't feel repetitive at all. And there's some other funny humor scenes with some dialogue were entertaining, and it gives a lot of heartfelt, like I said, with this movie. Just brings just a good amount of absurd humor for how unhinged they can be, and it didn't really feel that terrible. I don't know, some of the jokes may land, but I totally would understand as time goes on as I think about this film. I really thought Pixar just nailed Hoppers, just perfectly the Pixar we need. I thought the story was pretty good too. It does involve a girl named Mabel who is a huge animal lover, and her grandmother has like raised her to enjoying nature. She took her to this place where all the animals and beavers grow, called the Glades. And as she's grown up, her grandmother passed away and has promised to keep the glades protected. But a mayor has been trying to put this structural build road across the glades, and Mabel's been trying to stop him. And in doing so, she finded a program from her professors that she attends a university where they made this program where it allows a human brain to go to a robotic animal, like a beaver, let's say, called the Hoppers program. I thought the concept was pretty cool with the story. And even so, it does blend very well with the nature themes it brings from the beavers and like other animal species it brought to this film. I thought it was pretty cool, and it really teaches some coming age moments too. Like I said, the heartful, the unhinged humor it brings. It blends just right with all those nature themes to this film. And even the characters are even likable. Mabel's likable, I thought. George, the Beaver King, and there's some other ones too. I like the most characters, and I thought they were really cool to look at. And some of them I did not really like, which is the mayor at some point. But later on, I start to like this mayor even more as the movie goes. But yeah, I think Pixar just nailed this story and the environment themes just very well. We never seen this in like these kind of movies in a long time for what I remember. But I thought they really handled this themes very well. The voice cast and performances are pretty good. I have to start off with Pippa Cruda, who is the lead performance character named Mabel. And before I talk about her character, I didn't really seem to like her at the start, from the trailers. It just felt cringe with her whenever she was talking or, in that beaver robot. I didn't really seem to like her a lot, but after watching this movie, I thought her character was just better than I anticipated to go into a Pixar movie like this. And her performance was pretty good. She did a good job. I thought her first time voice lead in the role was pretty amazing, considering, she's an actress, of course, but her first voice role, I thought she nailed it. And then John Hamm plays the mayor who is trying to build that structure road to the Glades forest. Didn't really like that mayor guy at first, but like with Mabel, I like his character a lot more later on, and I thought John Hamm as a actor, he's just pretty good, but in voice wise, he's never been just amazing before. But after a few films he's done in voice animation, I thought he really gets better and the charisma builds better. So I gotta like John Hamm for that. So I thought he's just getting better there, so he was pretty good. Dave Franco was also just pretty good. He plays a little spoiler I don't want to mention later on, but I kind of find this just twistful and like kind of weird as I thought it'd be, but I thought he did an amazing voice. And also there's Bobby Moynihan who plays King George the Beaver. I thought he was pretty good and pretty fun to listen. So overall, I think the voice cast, while not being notable names out there besides John Hamm, I thought they were pretty amazing and pretty good. That meets up the standard Pixar voice acting. So overall, Hoppers is a huge win that Pixar finally needed. Delivers a zany blast, overall chaotic vibes with the nature, the environment story, and the characters, well likable as a Pixar film. And it's great for all ages, not for just for kids, but of course adults as well. I totally recommend this movie for anyone looking for a great Pixar that they've been finally looking for. I'm not kidding. This is finally that Pixar feel they finally brought with this film. And by the way, as I record this video, it did pretty great for the box office, made $46 million. And this is a Pixar standard that usually opens between 40 in that 50 range. And it finally did that. So that's how you know it took a lot of time, but Pixar brought the magic feel. And it just took a while for them to get back to the feel of it once again. So I could not recommend Hoppers for all ages. Hoppers gets an 8 out of 10 and 4 stars. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button as it feels free to do so, and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this content. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section on what you think of Hoppers if you've seen it. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. I'm out.